Guess who's back in the house? Me. Literally. Hi, gorgeous, gorgeous girls. It is me, Gwen. I'm back in the ever so beloved bathroom at my house, and I'm doing a little get ready with me. Today I'm going to be talking about things I've learned as a freshman at Boston University. There are some overall themes that apply to everyone, but when you go to a city school, it's a very niche sector of the college campus. So that's why I wanted to do this video. I forgot to put in my hoop earrings, so I'll do that right now, I guess. Number one, for BU, use the public transport system. Do not go Ubering. Unless if the Uber is the price of how much you pay for public transport, do not Uber. Don't do it. There are so many benefits to living in a city. Number one, you don't need a car. You don't need a car, and it's actually advised not to get a car because parking is impossible, parking is expensive, and Boston traffic is low-key worse than New York traffic, I'm not gonna lie. Take the public transport system. I'm always talking about it. I'm constantly riding a bike or on the bus or walking or taking the T. It's that is your most effective way of getting around. And honestly, I'd highly recommend taking the first week to explore public transport. Me, I'm from a suburb, so adjusting to city life was low-key difficult, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel once you get a hang of it, everything works out. If you're an incoming BU student, I highly recommend downloading the app Terrier Transit. It tells you what time the T is gonna be at a platform, or what time the bus is coming, and you can schedule times as well. It's basically a Google Maps, but consolidated to the Boston area, if you know what I'm saying. Another app I highly recommend is the Transloc app. It's spelled TRANSLOC app. This is specifically for the buses on our campus, so the BU bus. I don't know why it took me a semester to take the BU bus. Realize that it's actually such a good asset and it's something I shouldn't be skipping out on. Number two is not everyone is gonna like you and you're not gonna like everyone. This is just a general statement. You can apply this to college, high school, whatever, work life, yada, yada, yada. For example, on the first day I moved in, I think me and my roommate Ria, we went to go get lunch at the Warren Dining Hall, and this girl came up to us and she seemed really cool, really friendly, and she was like, hey, could I eat with you guys? And we were like, yeah, of course, sit down. And then the whole conversation, she was asking us what our GPAs were, what our grades were, what APs we took. I don't think anyone wants to have that conversation. So we kind of sat there and we were like, yeah. So, you're gonna encounter those people, and you just gotta take it very surface level and be it's not that deep. And some people are raised in different environments than you are, so obviously there will be conflicting opinions, but you eventually find your crowd, and I think you kind of sort yourself out. I got the Makeup by Mario cream enhancer, yada yada, so I'm gonna try it out. I'm so excited. I don't have a clean brush, so I'm gonna use my snapped in half e.l.f. one, along this area. I haven't even put on foundation. What am I? Okay. I guess I'm underpainting, which is fine by me. Hold on. Hold on. Wait, this is so gorge. Pretty. We're on number 3, I think. I feel at some point or another you will want to change your major. There is this sudden urge to change your major. I feel at least for me, I'm a pretty indecisive person, so maybe it was just something that happened to me, but I think a lot of people experience that feeling. So how to handle this, you might ask? I think number one, academic advising is super important, but the thing with BU is let me spill the tea on this right now. I will expose the hell out of BU's academic advising system because it is shit. It is terrible. I mean, at least in CAS it is. It's just I feel I have no direction in what I'm doing, which is not good, but I obviously have a pretty niche major. I mean, I think there's only 32 people in my major who are freshmen, and I have to do everything myself. I get that college is a time where you're supposed to be kind of independent with the choices that you make, but I have absolutely zero guidance in my major and how I'm supposed to plan it out. The EE department specifically, this is something I will make a complaint about because I feel I don't see a lot of people talk about it because it is such a niche department, but truly, we get like zero. We get nothing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being irrational about it, but I have planned out 4 years of college by myself. I have an academic advisor, but like nothing has really been done to help me. It's not just staying in earth and environment. I know for bio, it is extremely difficult to book an appointment with advisors. So if you are having any concerns about your academics and like if you just need help with classes, like book an advisor appointment ASAP. Advising is so shitty at BU. Like I don't know what it is. We had a talk about this in one of my classes. I'm in writing seminar and the topic for our writing seminar is BU and the culture of college. And I remember in one class someone brought up, they're like, yeah, the academic advising here is like terrible. Like it is just not good here. And I feel like the whole class like just agreed. It is so difficult to just find someone to talk to. I don't know how it is in Questrum and with like data sciences and everything like that, but like not a slay. So I think if you're interested in academic advising and you're a first year student, get on your shit because it is impossible to book anything or speak to anyone. Like for example, I wanted to look at the Masters of Public Health program because they have a little area for environmental health and that's something I'm like super interested in, and I tried to book an appointment with someone to handshake. There were no appointments. Like there were just 0 appointments. Like there were no appointments. And I like get that, you know, we're a university with like a lot of people, but I feel like something BU could do better is just allocate a lot more time to putting their resources and money into academic advising, because ultimately like we are just college students and we don't know what we're doing, and by having a lack of people who can help us, I feel like really damages people's decision making when it comes to like choosing a major or like continuing with a major, etc. You know, that's not a deterrent for, you know, going to BU. Like still apply to BU, like I'm serious. But it is something that I didn't know about. Okay, another thing is for course registration. Be on your bullshit and be on your tea. But like, be ready for course registration because it is the Hunger Games. Like it is Hunger Games. The day of course registration, I remember me and all my friends, we were on edge because all the classes that we had wanted were like dropping like flies. Oh my gosh, it is literally insane. Writing seminars are required, and since those classes are like very small and like curated, those classes drop like flies. So do not expect to get a writing seminar that you want. Like I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but this is literally the reality of it all. Course registration, I think like all over the country is just like a terrible experience for most people. It's based on a lottery system as well. Like you're competing against like everyone. Even like a big lecture like chemistry, but chem is also a required course for like every single other applied science or like science STEM major. It's not impossible, but it's like so difficult to get a teacher you want. Okay, and on this subject of professors, let's talk about Rate My Professor, because I feel like there isn't a lot of talk about it. I think a lot of people know about Rate My Professor, but not a lot of people talk about its validity and like how serious you should be taking it. So I want to talk about that. So for me, I feel like I use Rate My Professor as a gauge, but I don't use it as like a determinant as to whether or not I want to take it with a teacher. One of my professors, he has like a pretty, not bad rating, but like you can see a lot of hatred in his Rate My Professor, which is like kind of stupid. You cannot take things like seriously when it comes to like people in Rate My Professor, because some people will be like, I don't know how this person got married, I don't know how he has a child and how he's loved. It is literally insane, the things that people will say on Rate My Professor, and you just have to take everything with like a grain of salt when it comes to that website, because I think there are very like useful reviews, but also there are people who are just like shallow, and for most of the time if you see a negative review, it's because the person didn't do their work. Okay, like this is something that pisses me off. You cannot go and bitch about your grade on Rate My Professor because you did not study or you did not do the work. Like something about college is that you have to be independent with your work and like be on time and be on schedule. Like if you get a C because you didn't go to lecture and attendance is required, girl, that's on you. This is college. Like what? Like what? Do you think you're not gonna have quizzes and you're not gonna have tests? But I feel like for the most part it's like an okay app, and I do use it to kind of use it as a gauge. Because if there's like 100 reviews and everyone's saying this professor is bad, that makes sense. Another thing you gotta know is that, let's talk about labs. If you're a STEM girl, or I don't know, you're gonna have to take like chem or bio or environmental science, labs can take up to 2 to 3 hours, and those bitches will eat up your time. I feel like when I'm taking a class, I'm taking it for the lab. Like, that's how like crazy I feel lab is. You are dedicating your time to lab. Last semester, I was in BI 306, which is biology of global change, and that lab was like 3 hours and 15 minutes every week. Like, I genuinely don't know like how I survived, but I guess I did. But yeah, that's something you gotta not learn, but get acquainted with. Labs are like the beast. Like, a lab will literally kill you. Another thing, go to lecture. Okay, go to lecture. Like, I know this is something that we don't need to discuss, but go to your lectures, okay? Don't skip out. Don't think that you're invincible, because genuinely, I feel like every time I have skipped a lecture for like health reasons or like because I was not feeling well, I ended up so confused in class. So that's something that is common sense, but also something that you will feel the urge to do. You will feel the urge to skip class and be like, yeah, I'm out of here, but don't do it. If you know you're not a morning person, take an afternoon class. If you know you're not a night person, take a morning class, okay? Acquire the classes that, you know, fit your schedule and your lifestyle, because I promise if you're the kind of person who wants to schedule their semester as in like back to back to back to back classes so that like you have time for yourself, you are not going to survive. But also sometimes it is inevitable. I'm taking 3 hour 15 classes on Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, new product, Summer Fridays lip balm. Oh my god, I can't believe I've held off on buying this for so long, because this is like heaven on earth. I live for this stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me. If you want more Get Ready With Me's on another subject or another topic, let me know. Comment down below any questions that you might have, because I do want to do like a Q&A video. I feel like that'd be fun. And also, there's like 2 more months of school, so get ready for another video where I talk shit about second semester, because it's a new season, I'm a new person, so there's a lot of things to talk about. And with that said, thank you so much for watching this week's video. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next one.